Hey, how you doing? It is day 32 and also the last day of lockdown, which means this might be the last video. The goal of this, kind of haphazardly, was that I would make a video every day of lockdown. And today is the last official day of the lockdown zone. 32 days we've been like this. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. When you think about how we were before all of this and how we are now. I'm also aware of how lucky we are because in New Zealand, we can complain about the 32 days, but the truth is that some people have been in lockdown for like multiple months. We've been in lockdown for just over one. So we can hardly complain. And in all honesty, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I actually ended up being more busy during lockdown than I was prior to lockdown, which is semi-annoying because I was desperately looking for things to do prior to lockdown. But I guess that goes to show that there actually is always plenty to do, so long as you decide to do them. But this also raises the question as to what do I do with all of this? The goal ended up being to try and make a video every single day of lockdown. It wasn't the original goal. Originally I was just going to make a vlog of day one, and that was like a kind of a joke thing. And then I thought it would be good to just keep going, and so I did, and here we are at 32. So I've gone from never making a vlog before and kind of feeling weird about it to making 32 in a row. And I've really enjoyed it. From the making of them to the interaction with people commenting on them, I've really enjoyed it. And so in a way, I'm kind of sad that this is the last one. Although I'm happy because it means that we're getting out of level 4 and moving into level 3, but it does kind of beg the question as to like, what am I supposed to do now? What do I do now that we're going to level 3? Do I keep doing this? Essentially level 3, which is what we're moving into, isn't that much different from level 4. We are still kind of in lockdown, but now we get to add more people to our bubble and we get to have takeaway food, which I'm not entirely sure is actually a good thing. But I thought a good follow-up action to this entire thing would be a little bit of reflection. So let's take a look at what we've done so far. What have we done with 32 days of compulsory lockdown? Well, number one, we started off with a workout. Then we had guitar lessons, made a mask, made some shoes, did the squat challenge, read some stories, made a COVID-19 cartoon for kids. That's one I wasn't expecting. Then of course we hit the wall. That wasn't a fun time, but it was bound to happen eventually, I think. If anything, I was surprised that didn't happen sooner. But straight after that, we picked ourselves back up and then we went on a teddy bear hunt. I dealt with some Karens online, went through my childhood, made cookies. I did a total of 9 hours of Spanish lessons, which in all honesty is not very much given the amount of time that I had, but if you know me well, then you'll know that I am a compulsive side quester, so often main quests take a while to do. Like literally took me a whole year to finish Fallout 4. We talked about auditions, played songs, looked at animals, went for a virtual hike, had a bit of a chinwag on Anzac Day. I grew this beard, and as of last night, I have done 4,900 burpees. Yeah, that's right. 4,900 burpees. Why did I do it? I don't really know. I'm just really bad at turning down challenges, and I'm a little bit competitive. I'm 4,900 burpees competitive. I'm probably a lot of competitive, a big amount. I'm very competitive. And I think, given the circumstances, that has actually helped me. Helped me to challenge myself to not lose my mind in isolation. Helped me to challenge myself to not just play games and eat chips. Although I did do that a lot. Like a lot. Before lockdown, I had made a series of travel vlogs based on some of the travel that I'd done over the past 3 years. And that's what I was going to slowly start putting up because I wanted to show people the things that I'd been doing around the world. And then obviously lockdown happened and a lot of my travel plans were cancelled and I got stuck here and everyone around the world got stuck where they were. And so travel isn't really a thing anymore. And so I thought, screw it, let's just film each day in the vlog and show people some fun stuff, try and take their minds off the whole the world is ending crap. I think another good question one could ask themselves about this whole experience is what they've learned. I don't really know what I've learnt. I don't know what I've learnt from the whole thing apart from the fact that Trump actually can get dumber. I thought he had reached the bottom, but he went further. He's ankle height now. He's very much gone further than the bottom. And also, in terms of this whole vlogging thing, is that it's very therapeutic. It is. I think at the beginning, when I did one of my first vlogs, I held up my phone to show you what you would look like to me presently, which is a camera. Because at the time, it was very strange to me, speaking to an inanimate object. But now I don't feel like I am, because I've interacted with people. People have commented on the videos, and so now I feel like I'm talking directly to you, and it's a lot easier. So I'm going to think about that for a while. Coming up though, because essentially the idea in New Zealand is that we have 2 weeks of a sort of mini softer version of the lockdown, which Jacinda Ardern is calling the waiting room. And then the idea is that at the end of that 2 weeks, we will assess the situation. And then if it is good enough, then we'll go to level 2. And at level 2, that's when we can start hanging out with our friends again. So that's an exciting feature as well. But for level 3, we are essentially still in lockdown. And in that period, I actually have a lot of projects coming up that I would like to share with people, obviously, when I'm allowed. There's one project that I've been working on this entire time that I'm not allowed to tell anyone about. But eventually you'll know, and that's very exciting. I've had 2 auditions in the past week for commercials, and I'm shooting one of those commercials this week, and I'm shooting another one of those commercials the following week, because I got both parts. Yay me, very exciting. Although to be honest, I don't think there's much actor competition right now. It's generally whoever has a camera and a wall. This guy. I also took part in a music video 2 weeks ago, so I'm very excited for that to come out. I shot that entirely here on my trampoline. And another friend of mine who's a musician, I've asked her to send me some videos of her playing her guitar and singing some of her original songs in her house, and then I'm going to make them using the footage that I have from the past year of my travels, of dance videos that I've already made with other people, and documentaries about animals, all the footage that I have already on my computer. I'm going to use that to make music videos for some of my musician friends. So that's also exciting, and I'm thinking maybe I could make vlogs about that even, if people would be interested in seeing that. I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is, I'm totally open to suggestions. Let me know, because I'm totally open to just making stuff at the moment. It just feels good to make stuff. And I think that's what's gotten me through this whole lockdown period, is that I've been able to remain creative, and I've been able to remain in a place where I'm constantly problem solving. And that's really what keeps me ticking. I wouldn't recommend that for everyone, because I don't know if that works for everyone. But for me, I'm an active relaxer. And that, there we go, is a thing that I've learned from lockdown. I'm also very good at stressing, so it's hard to find the middle ground, but I think doing nothing stresses me out more. So these vlogs have been really good for me. If anything, I highly recommend them, even if nobody watches them. I don't think that's a sad thing at all. The fact that you've made something is an accomplishment regardless. That's something that I learned from short films and from acting in general, is that it's the act of just making the thing and finishing it that's important. If no one sees your film, as sad as it may sound, and it's very common, if no one sees it, it doesn't matter. But with 7 billion people in the world, it's unlikely that no one will see it. And it's highly likely that somebody will see it and it will speak to them. And so I hope that at least one of these video diaries reaches a person out there in the internet who hears something that they need to hear, because we are actually all in this one together. I think that's as comforting as it is scary. So yeah, 32 days. 32 days, it's the end of lockdown here in New Zealand. And as of tomorrow, I'll decide as to whether or not I'm ever going to make another vlog. Who knows? What a cliffhanger, right? Anyone ever make vlogs with cliffhangers on them? I don't know. Is that a thing? It's probably incredibly common. I'm very late to the party here. Yeah. Day 32. The very last day of lockdown. We've done well. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Appreciate it. Peace out.